Alright guys, what's up? Jinsekein here, and we're back with another review for Hunter Hunter. This time we're looking at episode 134, and this episode really did it for me. Cause I'm going to get to it at the end, right? But this entire episode just completely blew my mind. Because what we saw was that it's 100% clear now that the ants are dying to this poison. UP fell before he could even attack Welfin. Poof is slowly starting to break down as well, and it's only a matter of time before this happens to the king. And let me just say, alright, the king is so powerful, and this entire episode kind of focused on how powerful the king was and just how any of the decisions that were made right now would completely affect everything. Alright? Because not only did the king go right off the bat and use his inn to immediately scope out everybody, he could see everything. Literally everything, from the footsteps on the ground to the open door where Icalgo and Palm went down into, to Welfin, who was going through the crowd. And when he went for Welfin, then it was just bad, alright? Because the king was here saying that he was going to question Welfin right then and there. And Poof is like, no, you can't do that because he's got to do with my secret. You can't let any of my secret go away because we're still in the contest. And the king was kind of fed up, it seems, because Welfin, the king can feel everything. He got Poof's spiritual message along with UP's wings with everything. He got the spiritual message as well, and that translates into his N. So he could feel Poof's doubt, Poof's intent to kill Welfin. He could feel everything, and he could also feel Welfin's intent to attack the king, to attack him himself. And they made it very clear just then and there that the king is so powerful he doesn't have to care. And they did it with just these few words right here.
プフの絶対的振幅を知りつつなお、まがまがしく明瞭に発せられる殺意にまみれたオーラは、是非にかかわらず、その答えが王の意にそぐわぬ場合、死をもって償うほかないことを示していた。忠義も敵意も王の前では皆平等に無価値。誰も止められない。
So that right there, to me, maybe I misunderstood it, but to me it seemed more like the king's just so powerful he doesn't have to bother with anything. And Poof completely understood. Poof just thought, you know what, it's fine. If I need to die here to protect my secret and to make sure that the king stays as he is, I'm gonna let him kill me. And so Poof just he just kneeled down right there and he waited. But the king wouldn't go through with it because just seeing the amount of loyalty in Poof and seeing his resolve, the king just didn't feel like it would be right at that moment. So we were still seeing the human side of the king, even though it seems to be almost completely taken over by the ant side. The human side of the king is still there. And then it was gone because he just looked at Welfin and said he was hungry. And that was when Welfin instantly aged till he was like, he just got old, alright? All of his hair fell out, his skin got wrinkled, and Welfin was there racking his brain. He's thinking, what can I say so that I don't die? I have literally a second. And somehow he came up with the word Komugi. And that was it. The king remembered everything. And we had this beautiful scene of the king getting all his memories back. He's sitting in a field playing with Komugi, and Poof gives up. He's just like, I never had a chance. I was ready to die, and I couldn't go through with it. I failed. The king's back to how he was, and it's over. That was very clearly how Poof felt. Poof was completely defeated. And what's even more incredible about that is everyone who hates Poof, including me. Poof wasn't taken down by a hunter. Poof was basically defeated by the king himself and Welfin. Just everything falling back into place, then that was it. And the king just thanks Welfin. He's like, you brought back something that I needed, so thank you. Now you can go and do what you want, just as soon as you can tell me where the others are. And after Welfin tells him, and the king walks away, Welfin gets all of my respect, because the last thing he told the king was, Gyro's my only king. I'll never bow to you, you guys are enemies. And I thought he should be dead by then, but he mustered up all of his courage to get those words out. And the king just said, I hope you find him, and I hope you can live as a human. And then he left. But the entire premise of this episode, everything that was set up in this very episode, was set right at the very start and right at the very end. Because at the very end, the narrator said, Netero was worried that the king was tethering between being an ant and being a human. But now, the king seems to be completely human. He seems to be done with his ant side, all because of Komugi. But what brings up the important question was something that was given to us at the very start of the episode.
ありと何一つ変わらない。いや、それ以上に。
It was actually really simple what the very start of the episode was alluding to. And I think it's entirely what the whole Chimera Ant arc is about. And that would be what makes a human. Because as you can see, it's individuality that was given to the ants through consuming humans that made them like that. It's why they began to break off, it's why they began to revolt, and everything began to slowly fall apart. Poof's loyalty was different, the king's attitude towards everything was different. Pito, Yuppie, all of them began doing things that ants would normally do. And the unity was broken. And what we see now is humans, basic humans, who trample on each other for everything. We see huge lush cities right there next to a completely destroyed town, a camp of refugees even, a kid without a leg, and an even younger one with no arm. You see everyone inside a ballroom, drinking wine, and right there in the alleyways, then there are starving homeless people. It brings up the question, what makes a human so wonderful? Why do we try to seem so incredible? Why do we try to seem so advanced when we're selfish people? Humans are a selfish race, and this has been carried over into the chimera ants because they all began to go off and try to do their own thing, and that was ultimately what may have been their downfall. It is ultimately why Meruem is not going to go and kill all the humans right now. So yes, in that sense, humanity was kind of saved by what it is, but at the same time, it's nothing to be proud of, and I think that's entirely what the whole Chimera Ant arc was about. So that just completely blew my mind, like to see all of this in one episode. A lot happened in this one setting, in the crowd with the king, Poof, and Welfin. A lot happened right there, and everything was brought to a close. So the Chimera Ant arc is probably going to end just next week, guys, and it's just been beautiful. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and this is Jinsei Kane, the guy who brings you gameplay walkthroughs and anime reviews, telling you all to have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Peace.